I one day will afford myself a very fancy opening, but for now, that's the best you're going to get. For Astrology in the News for March 8th, 2018. Oh boy, of course, in breaking news, Donald Trump is going to meet with Kim Jong-un, and I'm not going to cover this in depth because I covered it yesterday because there's not going to be a war between the United States and North Korea this year, okay? So this is good news. Like I said, I keep saying Donald Trump is to the United States what Julius Caesar was to Rome. Take that as you will. But time for Yogic Wisdom of the Day, brought to us by the great Deepak Chopra. Always go with your passion. Never ask yourself if it's realistic or not. Good advice. I could do that, yeah. Lifting cows is a good passion. Oh, yeah, totally. I could do that. Someday, gotta have goals. And oh, holy shit! No, Aquaman's useless anyway. But yeah, I definitely don't want to get kicked in the balls. That's not good. All right, scientist is sure he has found Amelia Earhart's bones. I believe these bones were found back actually in 1940. However, they have been confirmed to be hers. So we don't know why she crashed, but obviously no cell phone was found in the wreckage, so that was not part of the crash. But going on to Amelia Earhart's chart, we actually do have a birth time for her. So she was a Virgo ascendant. Moon, Venus, Pluto, and Neptune all in the sign of Taurus. Adventurous woman. Usually Taurans are fairly courageous, fairly steady. Let's see, what else does she have going in here? Let's see, fixed stars. I'm actually surprised she doesn't have Rigel in here because I was told that pilots seem to have Rigel very, very prominent, and also to like Charles Lindbergh did. Let's see. Also, okay, Mars and Jupiter conjunct in the 12th house, man. When you have Mars and Jupiter conjunct, that is a very powerful, what's called a yoga. If you're not familiar with what yoga is, it's not just doing bendy positions. It's actually a planetary combination in yoga that, or I'm sorry, in Vedic astrology that gives you a specific result. And this one is called a Guru Mangal Yoga, when two planets get together. Jupiter and Mars, look at these. These are exactly conjunct in the sign of Leo. Strong, independent woman gets stuff done, and she was not going to be told what to do. People that have this combination make excellent entrepreneurs, and they are successful in their own endeavors. And she almost was actually. But let's see, at the time of actually her death, she was in her Jupiter Dasha. I don't know exactly when the year was, but it definitely was not in Jupiter Mars. But the Sun rules it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was in Jupiter Sun. I have to go back that and check. No, actually, that wouldn't be the year because that was when World War II was happening, and the Japanese would have shot her down. So, anyway, moving on. All right, check this out. Candidate accused of stolen valor. This is Mr. Wolf, and I tell you, man, he's basically a Democratic congressman running for the 5th district in Illinois, which I believe is northern Chicago. Chicago with the deep dish style pizza. And looking at this picture, I just got one idea. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, what the fuck else? Getting a little high in the Daily Planet bathroom. I mean, shit. So anyway, I did reach out to Mr. Wolf and I got no response. So I just wanted to let you know that I would try. And Mr. Wolf, if you see this, I would like to know your birth information. And if you would like to come on my show, I will give you a fair and balanced interview, unlike Fox News will not give you, okay? But it will not be softball CNN style, just so you know. Moving on, Mr. Elon Musk unveiled his, let's see, what is this? A battery powered electric truck, okay, for the first time. And of course, to go along with this, he unveiled the first 1,000,000-foot extension cord because, you don't want those things to get stuck on the side of the road. It's hard enough to get around trucks as it is, but once the battery runs out, man, you're going to need a really, 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 really long extension cord. Okay. So, taking a look at Mr. Musk's chart. Mr. Musk, we do not have a birth time for it, but look at all these prominent fixed stars that he has going on. Sirius, you don't see that too much. It says that it's a royal star here, and it's conjunct the planet Mercury. Sirius generally is fairly difficult. I've gotten mixed results with it, but generally, when you have a planet conjunct Sirius, it can make makes somebody have like a violent life, and it can bring a downfall sometimes. So we need to keep an eye on Mr. Musk. I think actually one of the things that we need to know is Tesla. I don't know if they've broken a profit yet, but Tesla's all government funded. So if the government funding dries up, that could be the end of them. But I'm not seeing that in his chart right now. I'm actually seeing he's in the north node of the moon, the Rahu Dasha. And if we use his moon as a first chart, this is in the sixth house. So you know what's really interesting? This is conjunct Mars. Not knowing his ascendant and just seeing this is actually overcoming obstacles. Okay, this Rahu in the sixth house is very good for people that have they how do I put it? They actually have a lot of conflict, especially from coworkers. However, this is very good for overcoming that. So they are renowned for overcoming their enemies. And this is also conjunct Mars. And mind you, Mars is in a position of exaltation. Okay. So this guy really knows how to get it done. Not too familiar with Mr. Musk's personal style. Doesn't seem very confrontational, but really what this chart is, if you're going to pick a fight with him, be ready to lose. This is also aspecting now. Remember the nodes aspect first, 5, and 9 from themselves. I think 7 is, yeah, 7 as well, but that's almost kind of like a conjunction since the nodes are always a mutual aspect. This aspect Saturn and Venus in the sign of Taurus in the 10th house, man. Venus is very well placed in Taurus. It's not its home sign, but I would say it's the second or third best placement. Let's see, the first being its point of exaltation in Pisces, and then second being in Libra. So Venus is in its own sign, conjunct Saturn. Saturn is also well placed in the sign of Taurus. It's actually a friendly sign, and Jupiter and Venus are actually friendly planets with each other. And also, too, Saturn is in the 10th house, so this is very powerful. This guy knows how to work hard. He knows how to get it done. Let's see. Now, looking at his Navamsa chart, that gives us a little bit more detail into it. So Mercury is, let's see, in the sign of Aries. Let's see, the North Node is in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so this is actually a fairly sensitive placement. So that's not particularly good for relationships. Let's see. Also, too, check this out. The Sun is conjunct K2. Now that's not a return, but looking at this chart, at his Navamsa chart, it shows a little bit of difficulty with like relationships. Now leadership being in the sign of Leo with Jupiter and Venus there, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a run actually at some sort of political office. Now, he was born in South Africa, so I don't know if he's eligible for that. But he's not eligible to run for president, but he could be like a senator or a governor or something like that. So keep an eye on that and see if he goes into government service in this Jupiter Dasha right here on 2026. So I wouldn't be surprised if he steps down and decides to go for that. So, all right, as usual. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I do. And of course, all the social media contact links are below down there. So feel free to go and if you have email me if you have an idea for a show. And of course, if you want to book a consultation, go to nobigsecretsyoga.com and click on book a consultation. That's where all of my services are. Otherwise, have a great evening.